Good morning, dear students. Myself Narayana Das. Today I am going to discuss about the topic Contributions to the Management by Henry Fayol, which is relating to the subject Principles of Management. Course belongs to the BBM. About Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol was a French industrialist. His observations on the principle of management started from 1916. The principles of management by Henry Fayol were known to the world only after 1949. Later, the publication of his management thoughts in English. He has joined as an engineer in 1860 in a mining company and became a chief managing director of the same company because of his outstanding abilities. In the year 1918, so he is going to retire from the company. So Henry Fayol worked very hard to popularize his principles of management. So beside, he has delivered two lectures in 1900 and 1908 on the management. He has suggested 14 principles of management for the running of the business effectively. ಇವರು 14 ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆಯ ತತ್ವಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿಪಾದಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೇಕ್ ಆಫ್ effective functioning of the business organizations. Let us see one by one what are all the principles he has suggested. Division of labor, number one. So the object of division of work is to derive the benefits from the principles of specialization. So the various functions of management like planning, organizing, directing, etc. Cannot be performed by a single proprietor himself at a time. So and they have to be entrusted to the specialist in related fields. So the division of work in the management is highly required procedures ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. And then the second principles of management is authority and responsibility. As a management consists in getting things done through people, it implies that manager should have the right to give orders and also same time powers to extract obedience. So what is authority means? Authority is right to extract obedience and get the work done, ensuring work to be completed through subordinates. Whereas the responsibility is obligation on the part of the person or an employee to perform the task or perform a work or duties which are assigned by the higher authority. Thereby, authority and responsibilities are closely related. There should be an enforcement of authority and also at the same time responsibility is obligated. And the third principles of management is propounded is discipline. Discipline means obedience to authority and also observance of rules and regulations of the organizations and also adhering to the rules and regulations and norms of the organization, respect for agreements and sincere efforts for completing the given job in respect, etc. So discipline is essential for the smooth running of the business ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So at the same time he has propounded the fourth principle is unity of command. What is unity of command? The unity of command means that employee should receive an orders from the higher authority, instructions from the higher authority, directions and guidance from the superiors only for any action. It states that one person should receive orders from only one superior. No leaders and multi-level leaderships. In other words, one person should accountable only to the one boss. If two superiors were given a chance to authorize, there will be confusions. And next aspect of principles of management is unity of directions. The principles of unity of direction means there should be a one head and one plan for a group of activities having the same or common objectives. Simple ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ for every category of work there should be a one plan of action and there should be executions ಅಂಡರ್ ದಿ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸೂಪರ್ವಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಯೂನಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. Subordination of individual interest to general interest. What does it mean? In a business concern, the interest of one employee or a group of employees should not prevail over common interest or should not block the fulfillment of general goals of the concern. So there will be a disagreement between the two superiors or any matter. The management should reconcile the differences so as to conduct the overall operations of the enterprise smoothly. And the next principle is the fair remuneration to workers. FAIL has propounded the remuneration payable to the worker should be fair enough and sufficient, and the worker should always be treated in a justifiable and fair treatment and should afford a maximum satisfactions to the employees. When the employee has been satisfied in terms of remunerations, so that he will give his 100% commitment on the work. This is what the assumption. So, and the next principles of management is centralization. It means concentration of authority in the hands of few. So everything which goes to the reduce the importance of subordinates role. So it is also known as a centralizations. Fayol was the opinion that there should be a proportion between centralization and decentralization. The centralizations, the degree of proportions may be differ, but the balance should be maintained in the organization. Too much centralizations which spoils the initiatives, enthusiasm of the subordinates ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. And the next concept is scalar chain principle. What is scalar chain principles? Scalar chain principle refers to the chain superiors ranging from highest authority to the lowest one. So it is a level of controlling capability which is ranging from highest authority to the lowest one. So to ensure unity of command and also effective communication. So communication should pass through the proper channels from higher order to the lower subordinates ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So the next principles of management is order. Order refers to the systematic arrangement of things or activities or tasks and persons in an organization. Also the systematic arrangement of people in the organizations. Management should observe the principles of right place for everything and also for every person or every employee in the organizations. There is a need for scientific selection employees and also the competent personnel should be selected. Correct assignment of duties also very much required to enhance the good quality outcome from the employee. And the yes, orders could be also into several ways. There should be a material order or social order. Material order refers to the arrangement of materials in the organizations at a right place for every occasions. Social order refers to the arrangement of persons or employees ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. And then there should be a equity. What does it mean? Equity means fair dealings. FAIR, ಫೇರ್, ನ್ಯಾಯಸಮ್ಮತವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಒಡಂಬಡಿಕೆ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ದೆರ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋ ಬಯಾಸ್. ಈಕ್ವಲ್, ಸೊ ಯಥಾವತ್ತಾಗಿ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳು ರವಾನೆ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಯಥಾವತ್ತಾಗಿ ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ಬರು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಎನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ದೆರ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ in the organizations among the persons in while working environment. The managerial treatment of the subordinate should be free. ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರ ತಾರತಮ್ಯ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರುವಂಥ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ತಾರತಮ್ಯ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ಕ್ಷೋಭೆಗೆ ಒಳಗಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾರು, ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ದೆರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ, ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಅಂತಂದು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ point is stability of the staff. In order to motivate the workers and to show keener interest in their work, it is necessary there should be assured security on the job by the management. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ನೌಕರನಿಗೆ ತಾನು ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಭದ್ರತೆ, ಸೇವಾ ಭದ್ರತೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಅವನು ದೀರ್ಘಾವಧಿಯಾಗಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಉತ್ತಮ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಫೀಲ್ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದರ್ ಜಾಬ್, ದೇರ್ ಮೊರೇಲ್, ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ಕುಗ್ಗೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ದೇರ್ ಮೊರೇಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇ ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವ್ 100% ಕಮಿಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಜಾಬ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ initiativeness. Initiative means freedom to think and execute a plan. So innovations, there is a that is mark of technological progress, which is possible only where the employees are encouraged. Employeesಗೆ encourage ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವನು he can give several ideas. New ideologies will be placed on the work so that it will be profit to the organization via through development of sophisticated products. And employees are encouraged to take initiativeness. Employees should be welcome to make any suggestions. Freedom should be given regarding the formulation of objectives and plans ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. Esprit de corps is the last principles of management. So since union is strength, the management should create a team spirit among the employees. So only when all their personnel pull together as a team, there is a scope for realizing the objectives of the concerns. So harmony and unity of staff of a concern is a great source of strength ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. So management should not follow the policy of divide and rule, and it should strive hard to maintain unity among the staff ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಇಷ್ಟೂ ಪ್ರಕಾರವಾಗಿ ಹೆನ್ರಿ ಫೇಯಲ್ ಅವರು ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆಯ ತತ್ವಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. He has given a 14 principles. So if all these principles are implemented in the organizations successfully, the company, no doubt any organizations will come up and make a remarkable progress, achieve a good profitability situation ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಹೆನ್ರಿ ಫೇಯಲ್ ಅವರ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ that's all for the day. I can sum up all this what we have discussed is what are the principles which is propounded by the Henry Fayol, and how he has who he was ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ. ಅವರು ಯಾರು, ಅವರು ಪ್ರತಿಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ you can refer several textbooks which are available in the market. One, Dr. P.N. Reddy and Professor H. Appanaya, who wrote a Business Management 1, Himalayan Publishing House. And the second one, R. Mugeshappa, Dr. Prabhakara Murthy, T.N. Narsimha Murthy, Nagaraju R. Himalaya Publishing House. And the same ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಟಿ ರಾಮಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹಿಮಾಲಯ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷಿಂಗ್ ಹೌಸ್. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಎನ್ರಿಚ್ ಯುವರ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೈನ್.